Good morning. Thanks for joining me at Coffee with Kory. We've had a fun week here in the Sioux Falls office at the Experience. Actually got together for lunch 2 days in a row. I don't think that's ever happened before, but on Wednesday we got together and celebrated Admin Professionals Day. I might be a little bit biased, but I think our team is second to none. Dina does a fabulous job with doing the transaction coordination for our real estate clients. Dawn really keeps the office running as our office manager, and Tiffany does a wonderful job keeping all of our books straight with the accounting and everything that she does there. So, to be able to celebrate our office team was fun, had some good conversation, and then the very next day we put together actually a little surprise gathering because it's Dawn's 10-year work anniversary with the Experience next week on May 1st. But Jossie and I are going to be in Florida next week, and so we didn't want to miss the gathering, so we did a little surprise gathering this week and got the team together and celebrated all that Dawn means to us, which I got to give you a little bit of the rundown. When Dawn came over to the Experience 10 years ago, I recruited her as a real estate agent, and she came on the team as a very experienced real estate agent. It was wonderful because she could just jump right in, had a good client base, and just has always done a fabulous job dealing with clients. But what we have found is truly unique and special about Dawn is her ability to be able to go into different roles and excel at all of those different roles. When it got to a point where we were going to open the property management segment of the Experience Rentals, we didn't really have anybody that quite frankly that wanted to do it and that would be able to be good in that role, and Dawn was. She got that program off the ground, working with our owners, working with our tenants, and had it not been for her being willing to take that on for us, that wouldn't be such a thriving segment of the Experience today. So we'll always be in debt to Dawn for doing that. And then we got to a point after she had handed that mantle off to the current team. We got to a point where we were going to start doing insurance through the Experience, and Dawn was the first one to say, "Hey, I want to get my insurance license so that I can help our clients with that." And several of you guys that are joining me for coffee have your insurance with us, and we truly appreciate that. And as you can attest to, Dawn is so on top of things. Anytime that she's providing service for a client, and been able to save a lot of people a lot of money with insurance too. So that's been a blessing for a lot of us. So, and then when it came to a point where the office and all the other offices around the state, we just needed someone like just general coordination for office manager duties. Dawn felt like she could take that role on while she was doing everything else, and has done a tremendous job there too. So thank you so very much for your 10 years with us, Dawn. We're truly blessed to have you, and it was fun celebrating you this week. I want to touch on a couple other things. You might notice that there's a new addition to Tavern 88 hanging behind me. Guitar signed by the group Aerosmith, one of Jossie's favorite bands ever. It was up for auction at a charity event we were at a couple weeks ago for the Humane Society, and it turned into a little bit of a hotly contested bid or auction during the auction, and which was fun. It was all, obviously all in good fun. There were some friends of ours that I think they knew we wanted the guitar, so they might have pushed us along a little bit. But as I reminded Jossie, and she really full well knew that it's all in good fun. It's for a good cause with the Humane Society, and we ended up with the guitar. So I finally got that hung up this week, and I wanted to make sure that I was able to have coffee with all of you with that in the background, so I could mention that worthwhile cause. If I'm not mistaken, the Pause to Celebrate event that we were at, this was the biggest one they ever had, raised the most money that they ever have, and that is just such a good organization, and one that we're really proud to support. So thanks to all of our friends that joined us there on that evening. I want to mention a song before I let you guys go. It's one that I heard it this week, listened to it several times. It's Something Just Like This by Coldplay. And you know, he starts off that song talking about how he's been reading books of old. I can't remember all of the characters, mythical and whatnot that he mentions, but talking about their superhuman gifts. And then he's relating it to a conversation that he's having with his significant other. And he's struggling to say, hey, I will never have all of these superhuman gifts. And you know, I pale in comparison to what, you know, what all of these other superhuman characters have. And his significant other then says to him, she wants something just like this. Somebody I can turn to, somebody I can kiss. And I was just like, wow, that, you know, just knowing that you don't have to be something that's extraordinary when you're with somebody that you love, just knowing that just being you is enough. That was a powerful message that I really felt like it was important to share this week, because I think there's certain times in life where we all get to a point where we're like, gosh, we got to be more. We got to impress people more. We got to be able to do something more to be worthy of the people that love us. But you know, if when you really take a step back and you can reflect on that a little bit, you know, just being yourself is really the best thing that you can do. And then, you know, as we talked about a few weeks ago, from my friend Paul, who mentioned don't count the days, make the days count. Then just be the best version of you that you can be, because you're enough. That's all you got to do. And that's what that song meant to me, is just, she wanted something just like this. Just be you. So powerful message. I want to make sure I shared that with you guys. I felt like that was a good way to wrap up another fun conversation with all of you here on Coffee with Kory. And I hope to see you again next week. We'll be in the Sunshine State next week, so I'll be looking forward to that. So see you next week on Coffee with Kory.